Is Sonic really the son of Professor Robotnik? When we talk about stories within the Sonic universe, we usually think of children's stories and fantasy, where the adventures of an almost magical creature and his friends are shown. But there is a story so dark in the Sonic universe that many thought it would never make it to the big screen. What happens when the government hires the smartest scientist of his time and ends up creating a creature that could end the world? What if this movie revealed the true origin of Sonic? What would you think if I told you that the existence of Shadow could point to Sonic being the son of Professor Robotnik? In this video, we'll be talking about Sonic's darkest story, the one we'll see in Sonic 3, the sacrifice of Maria, Professor Robotnik's granddaughter, and the dark origin of Shadow and Sonic. And for more videos from the Sonic universe, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Before starting this video, I invite you to participate in the new giveaway we will be having in this channel, where we will be giving away the first volume of Scarlet Witch by Steve Orlando, a story that will mark the future of the Marvel Universe. To participate, all you have to do is comment which is your favorite moment of the Marvel Universe. The winner will be announced on November 30th. To understand how Sonic could be Robotnik's son and how it connects to Shadow's story, we must begin by talking about the Chaos Emeralds. The story of the Emeralds in the Sonic universe has multiple distinct and fascinating interpretations. For some, they are extraterrestrial artifacts created by advanced civilizations to contain and channel unimaginable energy. For others, they are comparable to Infinity Stones, purpose-built stones, capable of storing the power of the universe in its purest and most dangerous form, perhaps as instruments. These Chaos Emeralds are not only sources of energy, but also instruments that allow those who possess them to access extraordinary abilities. Their power is so vast that they can alter reality itself, granting speed, strength, or even the ability to manipulate time and space. But their true nature goes beyond being simple tools. They are the core of the most powerful energy known in this universe. Thanks to these emeralds, we have witnessed iconic transformations of both Sonic and Shadow. However, I think we could see something more impactful in this movie, a union between the two characters. I'm convinced that Sonic and Shadow are key pieces of the same experiment, two sides of the same coin. Both could be indispensable to unlock all the hidden power of the Chaos Emeralds, a power that goes beyond what we have seen so far. When the government approached Grandpa Robotnik, he was one of the world's most beloved scientists. Unlike his grandson, his discoveries were focused on improving the quality of people's lives. However, the professor's granddaughter was sick, and the government took advantage of this situation. They told him about the energies of the Chaos Emeralds and created a project to seek immortality, the project that would eventually lead to the creation of Shadow. The grandfather of the doctor who confronted Sonic spent decades trying to find immortality by seeking to replicate the secret of the Chaos Emeralds. The result was the creation of multiple creatures that would later serve to take revenge on the government for what would happen next. Sonic's origin in the games and movies has always been left ambiguously up in the air, but it has always been known that there is a connection between Sonic and these Chaos Emeralds. In some comics, Sonic is the result of an experiment by this professor, and these experiments were trying to save Maria. Now, Professor Robotnik's experiments were a success, but he was unable to save his granddaughter on time. After a government attack on the facility where Shadow was located, Maria had to sacrifice herself so that Shadow would survive.
Shadow, please promise me that you'll help people.
This story of sacrifice is what led Professor Robotnik to become a villain, and his grandson to follow in his footsteps, as they were unable to save Maria. But Maria's sacrifice perhaps brought a good heart to Shadow, who will sooner or later join the heroes of the story. However, this scene of a sacrifice where it is shown how Maria is attacked by the militia could be a pretty dark scene for a Sonic movie, but it would give the origin that Shadow needs, so we would understand that in this universe, not everything is peachy. Now, what do I think will happen in the movie? I think Maria's story will be shown perhaps in a not-so-tragic way, but we will see how Shadow must experience this trauma. However, the fact that Shadow looks similar to Sonic, I don't think it's a coincidence, much less that Shadow looks so much like our blue friend. I believe that both Shadow and Sonic are the result of the same experiment by Professor Robotnik. This will be perhaps the biggest discovery we will see in the movie. After all, Sonic was not an alien. He was a being created to serve as a tool to access the power of the universe, the Chaos Emeralds. His purpose was to turn that chaos into power to conquer other realities. And the darkest story of Sonic's universe, which would be the sacrifice of Maria and the creation of Shadow, will perhaps end up being Sonic's origin story, revealing that Professor Robotnik is not only the villain of the story, but also Sonic's father, could be one of the most shocking revelations of these films, and could also lead Sonic to question whether he should join the Professor and Shadow, or defend a multiverse that has been indifferent to his own existence. Let's not forget that in the first Sonic movie we got to see how the humans called him the Blue Demon because they feared him, and that's why he lived in isolation. It is possible that Shadow will end up joining Robotnik, and for the same reason Sonic could also be tempted to join them, as Sonic has always been looking for a family. Perhaps it is his destiny to join Shadow at the end of his journey, and bring stability to the chaos of the Emeralds one last time. And I think this may have been the purpose of his creation. Both Sonic and Shadow united, they will be the ultimate weapon to control the Chaos Emeralds, and be able to control not only reality, but also the past and the future. Whoever controls Sonic and Shadow will control everything, and perhaps they will realize it too late. Now, if at the end of this movie, Shadow and Sonic will have to team up to use the power of the Emeralds, then what will be the danger we will see in the movie? In Shadow's story from the series, we saw how the Earth was threatened, and maybe we will see how the Earth will be about to be destroyed again. But Sonic and Shadow will have to save it, something that maybe will be expanded in Sonic 4. And if it is revealed that Sonic is Shadow's brother and Robotnik's son, it would change Sonic's story forever. But tell me, what do you think of this theory? Will we really see the Professor revealing that Sonic is his creation? Share your opinion in the comments. Do you think we'll see the darker version of Sonic's stories on the big screen? Or do you think they won't dare to show it? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.